What's going on, YouTube? My name is Tim Beck, and in this video we'll be talking about how I recently passed the Linux Essential test in just about a little bit about 3 days of study time and the resources that I actually used to pass it. Now, I do want to give you some background and insight to who I am. I've been a software engineer slash software developer for a little bit over 3 years now. I've worked at various companies here and there, and I recently went back to school at WGU, or Western Governors University, because I had just a few credits left to graduate. And I realized that I wanted to go back, and long story short, I'm going to be in the tech field for a long time, so I might as well finish my degree. So I went back to school, found out that I had to take this Linux Essentials course. And I already knew that because of all of the things in technology, Linux is pretty much the foundation. And as I've gotten deeper into my degree, I realized that, JavaScript could be your first language, or Java, C++, et cetera, et cetera. No, you really need to learn Linux, because when you have a real strong foundation of Linux, there's no way or no place in tech that you cannot produce. All right, but anyway, so let's get into some of the resources that I actually used when it came down to working on this exam. Now, like I did state, I'm currently attending Western Governors University, and in their particular course, they give you access to this book called the LPI Linux Essential Study Guide, Exam 010, Volume 1.6. And it's written by Christine Bresnahan, I hope I pronounced that name right, and Richard Blern. Now, I pretty much read this book from front to back. It's 379 pages. I mean, there's going to be some things there that I'm not logged in currently, so it's not going to load up. There will be some pages there that just have like graphs, charts, things of that nature. However, I utilize this resource to supplement this playlist on YouTube by Shawn Powers. I would highly suggest that if you're looking to learn Linux and to understand what's going on, he has a very good way of breaking it down. Now, there are a lot of other resources out there that I've told that are very good, specifically like the Jason Dior set of Linux instructions and things of that nature. But I didn't even touch that material as I prepared for this exam. I literally went through this playlist here. It had 21 videos, and I watched it anywhere between 1.5 to 2 times speed, just because I already know a lot of things in the space. And I like to acclimate my mind to taking in information relatively quickly. The last resource that I utilize is actually on the Linux Professionals Institute website. And I'll leave a link to this particular resource in the description as well. I guess to all 3 resources, or at least the ones that will be publicly accessible. I'll leave it in the description. But if you go through their learning material for the exam, the people who wrote the exam would know what's on the exam. That's all I'm going to say. So they do have a very in-depth tutorial to just going through and understand what's going on inside of Linux. And it took me about 3 days, like I said, of continuous study, whether that's listening to the videos on YouTube as I'm doing other chores around the house, or when I have actual sat down and taking out 2 hours of study time and really focusing on some videos or reading chapters. The material, because I love tech and what I do, it's not work for me. It's a lot of information. And I've also done things like try to build out my own web servers. I've played around with building out virtual machines, running Nginx, like trying to understand how does all of these apps that I've learned to create at this boot camp, how do they really connect to technology? So, I've tried to understand how to host my own things, to have my own private server, so that when the grids get taken down, I understand how to connect within the internet. So yes, that's just my experience. And, I'm going to start definitely putting out this information that I have acquired over time just in the field of tech, because I definitely love what I do, and I'm excited to come and help you all learn. So yes, if you would like this content, and yes, sometimes you're gonna see my background, I'm just getting back into it, so I'll figure all this stuff out. But if you like content like this, you want to figure out what's going on or want to learn more, hit that like, subscribe button. Appreciate it. Thank you.